report this morning is that Mava is at the point where they're going to allow and want her and give her the opportunity to breathe on her own. So that's the biggest news, and that's great news. That's good news. The last few days, they've been doing trial runs of 4 hours at a time, 2 hours at a time, and she'll get tired and things like that. She's more alert. She opens her eyes, and when you're in the room, she keeps her eyes open for a good while until the medicine kind of puts her to sleep again. Uh, she's swollen inside, uh, and inside her stomach, her legs, uh, they have the splints on there, the balloon splints on her. Um, she had a burn on one of her arms. They they cleaned off all of the dead skin, and they started the process of it healing. They wrap it twice a day, clean it off so it can heal. Um, if you didn't know, she had a laceration that slashed her liver that went to her spine. But she was able to move her toes and her legs in the beginning, and she's been able to do that for the most part the whole time that she's been here. But there's times when she's too weak to do it. At least that's what we're thinking, or to move her thumbs or her hands. But for the most part, she's been able to maintain that movement. She also has 5 or 6 broken ribs, so to breathe is even more difficult. And I got the couple of nurses, or a few nurses that's in our family, and those same few nurses who communicated this to me are in this room, said there was a good chance that that the laceration might have came from the ribs, and that was the reason maybe the ribs broke. Uh, Probably the biggest thing, but all of it is big, is her aorta, which is connected to the heart, and right where the carotid arteries are and the valve is, from the top all the way down, is dissected, but not dissected where it's cut all the way through. So at some point, she's going to require open heart surgery. Most likely, that's going to take place at another facility, someplace that only does that and specializes in that, and they have teams of people that do it. It's not one person, and using their own facilities. Because I've been asked the question, if they get to that point, is it possible that they can come to here and do it? That's probably the reason that they can't and they won't, because it increases the the possibility that something might go wrong, and we want every opportunity and chance for success. All right. She has scars and bruises all over herself, but she's doing good. She hasn't been able to talk. We're going to cancel visitation. I don't want any visitation until you hear from me. Every time somebody comes in, her blood pressure goes up. It probably goes down after that, but she doesn't need that now, because if her blood pressure rises, her heart rate rises. It creates the possibility, because the heart is working harder to expand the aorta or the heart or that combination, and it could burst and she could be gone. And we definitely don't want to increase those chances for that to happen. So I'm not sure how we're going to communicate that. That's why I've asked for you to leave. If you got an email address, that's one of the reasons I want the email address, because I could put your email address in, or have somebody who's helping me to communicate to put that in, and then we can send short messages. And we can say, this might be a good time to have visitors. The other thing that you need to know, we haven't had one conversation with Mava about mom. So we don't know what she's thinking, what she remembers, what her psyche, what it is, you know. And the last thing that we want to do is increase what I just spoke about and what the mental effect of that's going to be on her when she hears that mom is gone. We have Raymond here, who's doing a special video presentation for Mama. That's the idea, because she's not here. So in the future, she can have that. And if somebody else who didn't have the opportunity to attend or to come, it could probably be used for that too. This is also being live streamed on Facebook, so that's another way too. So that's the deal on Mava. Oh yeah, the GoFundMe thing. We had a couple of cousins, Trey and Karen. Karen's here. Trey's still in California. He's in a wedding, so that's the reason he's not here. But they created a GoFundMe for if you want to help in a different way. We may need money, we may not need money, but money is always good to have. And we put it up maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and people have already been responding. I used to work at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse for 30 years. They know about this. A good number of people, just from people that I work with or was my former students, have already contributed. But you can give whenever you want to give, and you don't have to give if you don't have it, or that's not the way that you want to contribute. But there's been a lot of support of different people doing different things. And I'm honored to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to really, this is nothing that anybody wants, you know, or would ever want. But my skill level in the type of profession that I did working at colleges, planning programs, planning events, and always having the thought process that it's not going to be me alone, but it's going to be a bunch of people as a team working together and pulling together the skills from our family to do different things is what made it happen. So, and we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate whatever you're going to do in the future. At the end of coming back from the grave site, there's going to be the repast that's going to be in Baker. There's food there, enough for 100 people or so. So make sure that you stop by there. And then after that, around 3 o'clock, then we'll move over to Red's house if you want to hang out and so on. So the pastor here is Greg Lewis. I wanted to make sure that whoever the pastor was knew my mom, and my mom knew that pastor. Me and Greg grew up together in Milwaukee. When she worked at LeBron Way Boys Club, 15th Center, for the folks who are familiar with Milwaukee, she worked there for a good number of years. I don't remember how many years it was. And I grew up in the Boys Club, which was about maybe 6 blocks, 7 blocks from where we lived. Greg lived 2 houses from the Boys Club, you know. So, and he also officiated my brother's funeral, Fox, Troy Hall Jr. So, again, thank you for being here. I think I covered what I wanted to cover, so I didn't have to do it a million times, you know, and so on. So I appreciate everyone that's here. And you still can talk to me. I mean, I'm not trying to push people off from having conversation, but I wanted to make sure that everybody had the same message, especially about our sister, Mava. All right. Thank you.